Hello, my little demons, and welcome to a Horror Mama review. And today I'm going to talk about Bird Box. As you can tell, I know my audio might be a bit off right now. As I told you, everything is really weird at my house right now. So, yeah, just bear with me on that. Anyway, so of course, as you know, we are talking about Bird Box, and Bird Box is made by all these lovely people here. This is a hype movie, and I hate hype movies. I hate watching a movie for the sake of watching a movie. I hate watching a movie because everyone and their grandmother's talking about it. I hate watching a movie because it's thrust upon me, it's thrown at me. It's like, you will watch this. I don't like that because I automatically, in my head, go, right, it's bad. They just need money because it's a big star in it. It's a bad movie. So I kind of went in it thinking that way. Right off the bat, it was, right, this is probably going to be shit. So let's go into some scenes from the movie, shall we? So yeah, this is where all the spoilers come in. Um, the very first scene where she's yelling at her kids was amazing. It was absolutely ruthlessly amazing. And I have to say, as a mom, that is exactly how I would be. If you don't listen to me, I will hurt you. Plain and simple. Because in a situation like this, if the kids don't listen to her, they're going to die. So I see where she's coming from with that. I did read in some other reviews about this that they were really put off by how harsh she was. I'm not, and I'm a mother. I don't see how a mother can be any other way if your world is this. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Some other scenes that, okay, the fat ginger hillbilly that jumped out into the river was cracking me up because that's all I could think was, oh my God, it's a fat ginger hillbilly. When do you see that? That's not a thing. How did that happen? And all I could think was, how did that happen? I didn't even really know what the scene was about because all I was thinking was fat ginger hillbilly. That's all I could think about. So it was kind of a silly scene, really. It was only, it was an afterthought scene. They had to segue into the next section, where Charlie dies, and this was the only way they could really think to do it, I guess. That's my take on it. I really think that it was kind of a pointless scene and they just threw it in there to segue into the next flashback. So, in the flashback scene, is it me or is it fucking creepy as fuck to want to have sex with a pregnant woman when the baby ain't yours? That's fucking creepy. That's gross and weird. And no. No. You don't want to get it on with a woman who's pregnant, not your kid. No. Ew. Go, ugh. That whole thing could have been ew, no. Oh, God, okay. Moving on. That really made me nauseous. I thought that was disgusting. Charlie was the atypical, comedy relief black character that dies as a hero. Because that is a horror stereotype. And to be quite honest, in a horror movie of 2019, where everyone's trying to be politically correct and everyone's trying to break these stereotypes, to see this blatant nod to old school horror, I kind of liked that. Just because it was a little nostalgic. So I'll say that. And then we come to the whole birthing scene, and both women go into labor at the same time, and they're having the babies, and then the mother of the girl dies instantly, right after she gives birth. Could you imagine, as a woman who just gave birth to their own child, Bam. Here. You now have twins that aren't twins, but they're twins, but they're not. And they're yours now. So, good luck with that in a post-apocalyptic demon world. You poof now have twins to... Yeah. That is a whole heap and pile of shit that I don't think any person could come out sane from. I don't. And right here, I need to give a nod to this lovely right here, because he posted a tweet today saying, well, this was his tweet. And yeah, can I just say, here we have somebody, a kid listening. Her son listens. I'm not even fucking joking. He listens. Babe, for no other reason, watch this movie for that, okay? Okay, hun? He's my lovely. You guys need to go and follow him. I'll link him in the description down below. Moving on. So this was a huge long story about a monster that we can't see. We kind of get hints of what this thing looks like through those drawings, but we never really see the monster itself. We see a little bit of the killing parts in it. And yeah, it's very much a zombie apocalypse movie without the zombies. You know, it's got that, this is kind of what would happen if there was a zombie virus that went on, and this is how things would happen. But with most apocalyptic movies, we get to know how it happened, why it happened, where it happened. We get all that information, which I feel is really important to really get into the story. With this movie, you just get a one-sided view of one person's story and one person's journey in this type of world, which, I mean, yeah, that's all right, but I still want to know more. I have so many questions. What are the exact stipulations? What is considered outside? Why can't it go into buildings? Why do crazy people can see it? And what definition of crazy are we using here? Are we using depression as crazy? Or are we using as me crazy as crazy? Because if that's the case, I'd be fine. I could look at the thing all day long and we would be fine. I don't know. I have a lot of questions, and I really wish those questions were answered. My final take on this movie is, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. It's a bit pedestrian. It's a bit bland. I mean, there are good parts. There are bad parts, like any movie. So, all in all, was it worth the hype? I think it depends on what kind of person you are. I think if you prefer thriller over horror, then yes, it was worth the hype. If you prefer more of a horror-based thriller, you can skip this and be perfectly fine. Just look at the memes. Look at all the stupid people dying. And yes, people are dying because they think it's a good idea to put a blindfold on while they drive down the street. That's a whole nother video. But God fucking damn it, why are people so stupid? Anyway, until the next video, happy nightmares.